Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ambitious Entertainment. I'm Jasmine, and today we're here with Muda XO, correct?
Yep, with the Excel.
And um, I just wanted to start by diving into your background and your journey to the world of music and entertainment, like how you got started. You could just share that.
Yeah, so originally from the west side of Chicago, very or a lot of memories of like barbecues and like me going to festivals, things like that. Just influenced by the culture. Me and my grandmother were very close. She was very involved in the church and she also sung. And so I just was like, when I was younger, I just wanted to sing just like her. I just felt like that was so cool, just how she would just go up on stage and like command a room. So I just knew that I wanted to do something like that. So, I kind of started like singing along with her. But I was always like very shy growing up. So eventually, my creativity just kind of like you know, shown. And I guess my mom saw that I was like creative in some capacity. So she was like, okay, like, you say you want to like play an instrument and you want to be involved musically. So like, what do you want to do? And I remember, so I was like, I want to play the piano like Alicia Keys. So I thought that was also really cool at the time. So basically, I started playing the piano. I also attended the Merit School of Music, which is in the West Loop. And then eventually my school had asked me if I wanted to join band, choir, or orchestra. So at that time, I joined the orchestra that I was going to school, with, and I have been playing the cello since I was 12. So it just made like 16 years for me. It seems like a really long time, actually. Like once you say it out loud, but that's kind of a little bit how I got started, and then eventually I, start doing both, and kind of declared that I was going to start releasing music, and that's kind of how I became the woman I am today.
Stories like your grandma's a big inspiration in your music.
Mhm.
I love that. Um, what is your music making process like? Can you walk me through go about song?
Yeah, so I would say sometimes it's a little bit different, but typically I'll like go on YouTube and I'll find a beat, and it doesn't matter, I guess, what type of mood I'm in. Like I just find whatever beats that I like and I kind of just put them in a folder. And then when I feel like I'm in a mood that I actually want to write, then I'll kind of like go through the safe stuff that I already have so I don't feel like I'm starting from scratch. And then I'll just kind of pick something I vibe with. And so like I don't know, some people kind of like come up with the hook first. Like me, I kind of like it's almost kind of like I kind of say the cadence of like how I want the flow of the song to go. Like maybe I don't have any words, but I'll kind of like just kind of like find a beat or flow to it, and then I'll kind of fill in the words based off how I feel. That's typically how I do it.
Okay. Do you think that like you lean more into like cello or singing or both at the same time? I was kind of wondering about that. Are you able to?
Uh, to be honest, I have like different moments in time that like I kind of want to play my instrument more, but surprisingly, a lot of time I actually want to sing, and I do feel like soon as I mention that I play the cello, people just kind of focus on that, but like they kind of don't focus on the fact that I am a writer and also a singer. So, I just gotta show people what they're missing out on pretty much. And
Um, that. Um, do you have something that people always like recognize as you or like a fingerprint, something that you like to include?
Yeah, I feel like at first, it was my afro. I had a really big afro, and so like I feel like that was my thing. But I've locked my hair 2 years ago now, so I feel like people are still kind of getting used to this look on me. But also like pink, like that's always like been my brand. I just always have been a lover of pink, so yeah, I would say my hair. I would say the pink. I would say also kind of like my style. I feel like you don't see a lot of cellists wearing like a mini skirt and like a tube top. Like I love the whole Y2K era aesthetic. Like it's more than just honestly an aesthetic to me. Like once this dies out, like I will still be wearing it.
I like having your own like unique kind of look that it doesn't like necessarily you wouldn't think they go together, but I think that just makes it even more like special and people are more drawn.
Yeah.
Um, have you ever had a time where a mistake or accident turned into something really great when making music or writing?
Yeah, I would say it wasn't even necessarily an accident, but I was performing, I want to say at a Juneteenth event a few years ago, and I had just made a song. And so typically when I write, it takes me a little bit, like sometimes like it's taken me like a year to write a song, but the quickest time I've written a song in is within a week. And so it was this song specifically, and I just was really missing home. I was away in my college town, and I just wanted to make a song that reflected Chicago. So I found a beat, like I said, that I just embodied. And then I wound up writing a song and I made it in a week. So when I actually performed the song live for the first time, an artist before me was like, "Oh, we're gonna have some call and response," and I was like, I'm like, that's a good idea. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna hurry up and figure out how I'm gonna incorporate some call and response into what I'm doing. So I basically, the song is called Windy City. So I got everybody to say, like, okay, when I say I just landed in a windy city and I say Muda EXO shut it down, I want y'all to say Muda EXO shut it down. And like, I don't know, just the energy of the room, like it just was a good time. So basically every time I perform that song, I kind of do that call and response thing that honestly, like I said, just was an on the spot thing that I came up with. So yeah.
Oh, cute. I like that. That sounds like a really special kind of like tribute. I was living in Chicago, kind of experienced how you make it as well.
Yeah, so like I said, it's a mixed experience for me. So, like I said, I am originally from Chicago, and then my parents got married. So, I also have connections to the region, Northwest Indiana. I went to high school in Indiana. So, honestly, it was a lot of back and forth for me, like on the weekends and during the week. But I do live in Chicago now as an adult. And so I would say, like I said, I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. I feel like it's a lot of opportunities. I feel like it's a lot of community, a lot of space to network, like whether you're from here or whether you're, you're a transplant, you came from someplace else. Like I feel like it's a space for everybody. Um, yeah, like I don't know. I just great food. Like I can't complain, to be honest. I guess I can't complain. I would complain about the traffic. Rush hour is crazy sometimes, but other than that, I would say that I enjoyed my experience living here.
Yeah. And like you said, like the networking and things like that, I feel like for a big city, Chicago is pretty, but there's a good
Yeah.
it to be easy to like collaborate with other artists and make it.
Yeah, I've definitely met a lot of people. Like at a point in time, I was a member of the Studio Free Love collective. Shout out to Studio Free Love. Also Dome Studios. Like I have quite a few places that like I walked in not knowing anybody, and now I know like everybody who's usually there. Like I would say, like I said, find your community. It's easy to find community too. Like I said, and usually the jam sessions are on different days, so you can hop around. Like you can go to one place on Monday, go to another place on Wednesday. um, so yeah, just put yourself out there. Made a lot of friends, and I'm very grateful for the people that I've came across.
Sure. Do you collaborate with other artists very often?
I haven't as of recently, but I'm always honestly looking to collaborate with people. Just as a musician, like I said, being a cellist historically, I'm used to being in an orchestra where it's like, 100 of us. So like I'm used to, like I said, being in like a team environment. But I have been doing a lot of solo work lately, but I'm definitely open to collaborating. So if you all want to collaborate, please reach out to me. But yeah, I think that that's a beautiful thing, and there's a lot of opportunity for that here too.
Yeah. Do you have like a dream collaboration that you would want to do?
Oh, yes. My dream collaborations would be with Thundercat or Kaytranada, like Kali Uchis. Like I think that all those would be fire. Like maybe SZA, but mainly Thundercat and Kaytranada.
Ooh, Mo's saying she might have someone for you.
Oh, very, very, very good. Yeah, I'm down to hear it. Yeah.
If you had to describe your music to somebody who had never heard it before, what would
Oh, that's always hard. So, okay, I would say it's like a mix. So, like, I would say Ariana Grande. I'm not saying that I can necessarily do a whistle tone, but like, I feel like my voice is light in delivery. Um, but like, I feel like it could be bold at times. Um, but also like I'm in my R&B kind of modes. Like sometimes I do like more chill music, but sometimes I do like more house music or more kind of pop-esque music. So like I'm not always in the same like I guess spirit all the time. And then like I said, when it comes to my cello music, a lot of times I'm doing like covers. So it's kind of like a mix of those things. So and like I said, I typically base my sets off of just inspiration from the black community, just like historically, like Michael Jackson is a big musician. Like I try to kind of bring together inspirations from maybe different like time periods or just
Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of covers on the cello, like, do you have a favorite song that you like to play, or something that you know like by heart?
Yeah, so I play Killing Me Softly a lot because I don't know, it's something about that song that I feel like, I don't know, it just brings community and togetherness and like makes people feel good. And I feel like arguably that's like my most popular song. I feel like my maybe second most popular is probably Bad Romance. Like every time I play that song, people go crazy. So I would say those two, yeah.
Um, are there any sounds or genres that you haven't quite explored that you want to?
Yes, like I feel like okay, so saying that I had like a kind of I guess start in the church, I am open to doing like some type of gospel like crossover episode collaboration. I was actually supposed to possibly do an event, but just yeah, scheduling things, it didn't wind up working out. But I will be open to doing something like that too. Uh yeah, I'm kind of open to a little bit of anything. I'm willing to try it.
Would that like include like new instruments that you're trying to incorporate into the sound? Just kinda like those vocals that are so like gospel music, or like
Yeah,
what?
I was originally maybe thinking more cello, but like yeah, I could definitely incorporate voice into gospel as well. I think.
Is there any genre that you wouldn't do?
Hmm. Honestly, I originally was like, yeah, like no country music, but to be honest, like a lot of country music was founded by like black artists. So, I'm a real big historian as well. So like, at different points in time I've like did my research and read up on things. So like I wouldn't even exclude country at this point, you know what I mean? I just would say I'm open. It was a point in time I was collaborating with an artist, and he was from Zimbabwe. So he played the marimba, and he also played like different drums and stuff. So like I've even kind of did like some international like Afrobeat fusion type of things before. So I'm really open to a lot of different things.
Yeah. Um, could you tell me about a moment that you maybe had like a hard moment in your career and how you got through it?
Yeah. So I guess the time that I specifically want to speak about, I want to say I was maybe like 2 or 3 years into my music journey when I was staying in my college town. So I had built like, I feel like a very great following down there. Like, and even if I go back to this day, like, I'm sure it'll be people that would probably still come out and support. But I didn't have any family down there. And I was Oh my God, I was reading the comments. And also, so yeah, I didn't have any family in my college town. And also a lot of my friends had graduated. So like, and then I was working in event coordination. So I just felt like I couldn't get close to a lot of people around my age because they were still in school, like kind of a conflict of interest type of thing. So like I just kind of felt like I didn't fit in at a point in time. And so I'm trying to like build my career, like my personal career, like in events, and also build my career with music. Um, and it just like wasn't it anymore. Like I just had to know like when my time was up in that place. And so then I had to focus on trying to move back home to Chicago and like finding a job in this economy. Oh my God, it was horrible. So I was looking for a job for like a year, which nobody knows about this, to be honest. I'm being extremely vulnerable right now, but like just it was a hard time getting back. But I was like, I know that I need to be back home and that I'm really gonna pop off when I get home. So like I just need to I had the plan. I just need the platform. But I'm just kidding. But yeah. So basically, I eventually moved back home, and I was like depressed going through all of this stuff. Like it just was a lot, you know what I mean? But I figured it out. I got back here. So then once I was here, I'm like, okay, how do I let the people know that I'm here now that I'm here? So then I just had to figure out like, okay, where can I go to perform? So it was just like a lot of research, but also I had did a lot of research before I moved back on a lot of places that had performance opportunities or different curators and things like that. So then I just start, getting out there, meeting these people in real life. So now I have an even bigger network than I started off with before. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Did you have like a good support like system or group, or did you find support from other places in the city? Any
Yeah, so like I said, because I'm originally from here, I just basically start putting my opportunities in the group chat with my family. Like I said, I have a really big family, and like I said, we try to stick together. Or like the family that I had on Facebook, I just started like personally inviting them, and then like I said, slowly when I start going to the open mics, then I start meeting new people, and then I start going to a different experience and meeting some more people, and so now like when I think about it, it's like so many people that I know in real life. Like a lot of my followers, I can say that I literally like met them. Like, like I made a personal connection with them and I know them to a certain capacity. So I think that's also cool because, like people have like 50,000 followers, but like you don't know these people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. It's different when it's like you have a like a fan base that's loyal and they support you because like
Yeah.
and like I feel like that's so special.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess what are you looking most forward to in your career? Like what is a big goal that you
Oh, a big goal that I haven't released a song in almost, or it has been 3 years, but I am working on something. I'm kind of like in the final stages of like production, trying to just get some cover art for my song, but it will be coming out soon and it is done. So, I feel like that'll be like a really big achievement for me is to put this song out. Um, yeah, because I just feel like I have a lot of unreleased music and I have a lot of like performance things that I did, but I want to have more published work. So
have? Thanks. What's your favorite like local places to perform? Do you have one? Yeah.
I don't have one, but my favorite at the time I would say is Cole's Bar. I just did a performance with Unfamiliar Jam Sessions at Cole Bar, and they were really great. It was such a like so it's a like I said, it's a jam session, so people don't necessarily have to prepare anything, or you could just come and vibe. But I thought it was a great networking opportunity. It was a lot of nice, kind people and yeah, I had a great time. Like I said, I performed. The energy, the crowd, like was everything. Yeah, so I'll post that performance soon. But yeah, Cole's Bar has
Was
it for him.
or cello?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said, was this singing or cello?
I did both. Yep.
Oh, okay. That sounds fun. Is there anywhere that you dream of performing?
I would say probably the United Center. That's a really big space, but I think that would be cool. Or like, the Wintrust Arena, or even like the Chicago Theater, but one of these kind of like staple concert venues.
Mm, big in Chicago. What are your thoughts on touring? Have you ever toured before? Like maybe like either by yourself or with other people?
I haven't, but honestly, like I really want to, and I've thought about it. It will probably be maybe like it wouldn't even be regional, but it would probably be like to Wisconsin, probably someplace out here, Indiana. I have definitely considered it and have tried to put something together, but it just hasn't panned out yet. But like I said, hopefully, I will be able to do something like that soon.
Yeah, soon. Mm, I have some cello questions. What's your go-to warm-up exercise or song?
I would say it's definitely scales. To be honest, if you know, like, the scales that you're supposed to, it's easier for you to kind of pick up on things. Like somebody kind of start playing, oh, I know what that is, and you can kind of like, So I would say do your scales. And then also like when you're doing your scales, like I said, you have to focus on your bowing, So I do different like bowing exercises. So it might just be one, like hold a note just for as long as you can hold it for and then move on to the next note. Sometimes I'll focus on like slurring. notes together. Just having control over your right hand is, I feel like, important. Um, they have these things called etudes. They're kind of like just kind of small, short songs, but they're kind of meant to help you like focus on certain like mechanical things with your left and right hand and kind of like just the control of your bow as well. So yeah, I feel like people would think that it would be like some like sonata or like something fancy, but like you really have to start small. Like, and once you're able to master those things, you could do the more harder stuff, but you got to focus on your technique.
You're really good at explaining it. Do you like teach people or something?
I don't, but my mom, honestly, she suggested that I maybe do teaching. Yeah, I never did that before, but I will be open to it.
Oh yeah, like I know you do like content creation and stuff. Like
Yeah, I did honestly do some videos when I first started off, kind of talking about like the anatomy of the cello and things like that. Because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people like, so what do you play? That's a violin. And I'm like, no, it's not a violin. It's a cello. And I'm not even trying to be like, elitist, but like we really should be knowing like the names for things. So in addition to me knowing that you don't know what the name of this instrument is, let me show you like these. This is what this does, and this is what this. I'm all about you teach a man how to fish, he'd eat for a lifetime. So I like to teach people about things because I want them to be educated.
yeah, for sure. Is there any other like instruments that you wanted to play or that you would think about playing?
Yeah, so I said I would learn the bass guitar. It has a lot of the same notes. It's the same clef. So like the only thing that would be different for me, I guess, is just like me holding you know, my instrument at an angle. When I was younger, I took an elective and I played the steel drums. But I don't remember how to do that anymore. I also, like I said, started off on piano, so I know that. And like I said, I would actually play like the drums too. I think that that's cool. I do think it would maybe be hard doing two different like patterns with my hands. Like I would have to teach myself that, but I would play those two, bass guitar and drums.
I don't know how they do that. I've actually like thought about this so much. Like
Hmm.
two different hands is so much harder than it looks.
Yeah.
What's like the difference between your routines for like writing music or like making like songs or on solo? Like just the difference between like, the instruments and the vocals and your routines for both of them.
Okay, you said what's the difference between
Like,
mm,
all right, let me rephrase. What's the difference between your routines for creating music, like vocally that you're singing, and like when you're making music on the cello? Or is there a difference at all?
okay, so the crazy part is I guess I technically don't really know how to read music vocally. So when I played the piano, I was able to read treble clef and bass clef. Because now I play the cello, I predominantly play in one clef. So I kind of forgot how to read in the other. And it's not that I don't know how to do it all the way. I'm just not as fluent. But like I said, I never was in choir or anything. So like I guess I can't like look at a note and be like, oh, like I don't know how to do that. But like I guess when I play my instrument, it's just more fluent. So like I look at it, I know this is where I'm supposed to put my hand, and I kind of like sometimes I even hear like what the note is supposed to sound like, but I don't know. So it's like I don't. It's weird, like because people pick up music in different ways, and that's just kind of how I register it.
That's so cool. Yeah. hmm So like kind of going towards the style in your Insta. I really like your Insta, and I saw like you do like modeling and like, real videos. What do you think inspires you the most to do content creation on social media?
I don't know. I just so okay, so when I was in high school, I was in this class called Pirate News Network. It basically was a video broadcasting class. So like I have a background in being able to like do video editing. Our first like major project was to film a music video. The video is still up on YouTube, y'all. Don't go too hard looking for it because y'all will find it. But like I really like I've always liked cameras and movies, and so like I kind of have a passion for actually just like filming this type of stuff, kind of like being behind the camera. But I do feel like I'm good being in front of the camera, so I just kind of like combine both. Yeah.
Um, If you could describe your personal style in 3 words, I know we already talked about this, but I'm curious to see 3 words to describe your personal style.
Okay, dynamic, bold, and or I guess those kind of seem dynamic. I guess maybe vibrant.
Ooh, I like those.
Um,
Um, what?
I can't think of a third one. Maybe like ambitious.
Ooh, perfect. This is ambitious entertainment.
Yeah, this ambition.
Um, what is one trend that you love? And it
Is
could be
that a term?
trend.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's trend. Okay. I guess like people wearing capris now. I know people. Some people are like, those aren't capris. Those are pedal pushers. So I guess maybe it will be a pedal pusher. But I like the pants that come a little bit under the knee. I think that's a pedal pusher. But I always thought that was like super cute, like in the kitten heels. Some people, oh my gosh, hate kitten heels. I'm like, no. Like, I was really ready for this to come back. Like as a kid, I just thought that was so fab. Like a little bag, glasses, pedal pushers, little kitten heel. Like it just gave like I can't think of her name, but the girlfriend from off of like dang, now I can't think of the name of the movie. Lindsay Lohan, Disney, twins, the Parent Trap. But the stepmom, like kind of how she dressed, like I feel like it gives like that kind of like money, but like
It's
yeah,
so love that trend, and I love kitten heels. I don't care.
yeah,
Um, I was just talking about like the whimsical and creative looks that you kind of do,
yeah.
especially with your makeup. I love your makeup. Like, where do you
Oh,
get
thank you.
for those?
So like sometimes I'll go on Pinterest and like maybe I'll see a look that looks like the one that I did, but maybe like it was a different color scheme, or maybe like I saw that somebody added like some rhinestones in certain places, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take that and take a little bit. Like I don't know, I just kind of mix it up. Palettes that I use like Morphe palettes. I feel like they're affordable and also the colors are very vibrant. Like I've gotten some palettes from TJ Maxx. It's a Sam's Beauty warehouse that's in Melrose Park, and literally they have like a giant beauty section, and I tell people to go there all the time because they have a lot of options, very affordable. But yeah, I just like I said, I really love sparkly things. Like right now I got on this Juicy Couture shirt, and then like the bottoms have like the sparkly juicy on the butt, but like I just love the whole McBling aesthetic. So yeah, that's kind of where I get my inspo from, kind of from the top of my head and Pinterest.
I love that. How did you do that? I'm thinking of your Instagram and the one where you had the fro and then I think it was like purple makeup and like the gems everywhere. Did you do that?
Yeah. I think I actually did do that myself. I think I was recreating the look that I had on like my Instagram like a profile picture. Like I think I was recreating like the teardrops because basically the song that I made not meant to be like it was a sad song, so in the picture I kind of like did my makeup like I was crying, but the tears were like rhinestones, so I kind of like I said was getting inspo from that look. And I think I just, like I said, add some other colors. And so to actually make it stick, some of the rhinestones that I use have like a sticky piece on there, so I could just like put it on my face. But sometimes I'll get like some eyelash glue, and I'll just put like a dot, wait for it to get tacky, and then I'll just like put it on my face where I need to.
That's so smart, actually. Wow. Um, do you have a music industry hot take or opinion that might surprise people?
I don't think so. I'm trying to think what has been going on lately. Or yeah, I don't know.
Music industry. What about song making or any hot take in your fields?
I'm kind of scared to say my hot take on something specifically I think about. Yeah, yeah, we're not gonna open that can of worms today, so I'm gonna pick something else. Okay, I guess we could talk about Lotto to keep it safe. That's kind of unsafe as well, but also yeah. So I think it's crazy how she just came out of nowhere and said that she was, having a baby with 21 Savage, and allegedly he's married. So,
Wow. I didn't know he was married. Wow.
yeah. So, And
So
she said she was gonna retire to be a housewife and be a mom and be a wife. And I'm like, how you gonna be a wife? And he's already married.
wow, no more. Like, is she thought she's not gonna make music anymore?
Allegedly, she may not be making music no more, but people do stuff for publicity. So I could see her being like, "Yeah, I'm gonna retire," and then her being like, "Oh yeah, I'm back." So. But
Dang,
I do think Lotto makes good music though. I like her music.
I like her style. Like, you know how you like the Y2K. Like when I think
Yeah,
kitten heel fit, she's like one of the main ones that pops into my head.
yeah. Her outfits do be cute too. I would agree with that.
Um, do you have any advice for younger musicians, younger singers, younger girls?
Yeah, I would say don't let anybody crush your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. This also, yeah, I try not to speak on this anymore because I feel like I've grown past it. But I had a friend and we both, played string instruments, and he had the nerve to say that he didn't feel like I was talented, and it really hurt my feelings. But I use that to excel me forward and to prove him wrong because, like I said, I feel like I had something worth listening to. I feel like I had something that was worth seeing through. And, that's just one person's opinion. To be honest, not everybody is going to like your artistry or your music. Maybe you're meant for a certain group, certain person. So, like, don't let people, don't take what people got to say too much to heart, basically. You know what I mean? Live your dreams. My mom always told me that the sky was the limit, and if my mom was telling me that, like, you should believe that too. Like,
Yeah,
don't worry about what anybody else got to say.
that's such a good piece of advice. Even like beyond music, just in general, like
Yeah.
be yourself, you know? Kind of going off like the music industry, what was the hardest part, do you think, of like breaking
Okay, I missed part of what you said. You said what was the hardest part about?
breaking into the industry and like getting into the industry?
Oh my
Or
gosh, I was just talking to somebody about this earlier. So the hardest part for me is, like I said, I've always had a musical background, but I've always been in orchestra, and so like when we used to have tests basically, and that's how we would get our position in the orchestra. And so like it would be like a room full of 60 people, my peers, and we have to play the same excerpt in a room full of silence in front of like 70 people, and my anxiety used to eat me up so bad. Like it's been times that I've literally cried after a playing test because I was so anxious, because I'm just like, I know I could do better, but I just didn't do the best that I could at that moment in time. So like just literally me getting on a stage like terrified me. Like it was all that I ever dreamed about, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because I was too afraid. And so like my freshman year of high school, this is the story I was specifically talking about. I was telling somebody this earlier. Me and my one friend, her name's actually Lala Ivy, so she's famous. I won't say what she's famous for, but you can look her up. But me and my friend Lala at the time, um she was gonna play the piano and I was gonna sing, and we were interviewing for like this school event, and like literally I couldn't even make it through the song. Like I had to start crying. I was scared. Like I couldn't even get the song out, and I'm just like, girl, what's wrong with you? So like I said, it took a lot of practice. It took a lot of being intentional. Like, I wound up taking voice lessons. It just basically was a long journey, but I just kept putting myself out there. And every time I put myself out there, I got a little bit less nervous. I was able to control my breathing more. I was able to just like express myself more and talk to the crowd. And, and eventually it just can't, I mean, still now to this day, I do, get scared. Like even my last show at Unfamiliar Jam Sessions, like, I kind of was tripping over my words. Like I still get nervous. I'm still a person, but I'm way better, and I just really enjoy being on stage. Like it just is a form of relief now, like therapy for me. So
yeah, that's good. Um, outside of your grandmother, like you were talking about, do you have any other big musical influences, and do you think you can hear them in your work today?
yeah, I would say Beyonce. I don't take everything from Beyonce. Beyonce is such an intricate person, like, but I really appreciate how much she pays, like how close of, I guess, detail. You know, like allegedly, if she's standing on stage and it's a light out, she's like, "Oh, this light is this name, and why is this out? And it's supposed to go off at this time." Like, I feel like, you should know the ins and outs of your sets, of your production. I appreciate that because nowadays I feel like a lot of people are maybe famous, but it's like your show doesn't necessarily grab my attention. Like, maybe I'm like, okay, hey, this is a good show to go to for tonight, but I won't see myself coming back. Like, I want people to say, oh no, when I saw Moody XO, she was amazing. And I had such a great time that I'm going to come to another experience. It's not the fact that you only saw me once. It's the fact that, like, like I said, I want you to keep coming back. And I feel like Beyonce fosters that environment. Like I said, she also makes her peers kind of like, look at their sets and their performances like, hey, I need to kind of step it up a little bit. So I would say in that regard, Beyonce, she just makes me want to pay more attention to my craft and just to practice more and to be great because I know she spent a lot of time, on hers and you could tell.
Love that. Now I have some rapid fire questions. Answer these in as few words as possible. But like still we can expand that if you want though. Um, if your music was the soundtrack to a movie or a show, what would it be?
Oh Lord. I don't know, maybe Euphoria. Euphoria's kind of crazy, but like I said, I feel like some of my music is like upbeat, like fun. And I feel like it was a lot of party scenes, kind of just young and free moments. So
I feel like I could see that. What is a genre that you secretly love that you don't play very often?
hmm, gospel. Like I don't know what it is, but yeah, like I used to love listening to Kirk Franklin. It's this song called Hosanna. Like literally I used to stand on the couch with a broom. Like my mom like used to tell me stories. Like I used to love that song. Like and even I just saw some of my family and it was like I just used to be running around the house like hallelujah. Like so yeah, I definitely gotta listen to more gospel music.
Um, what is the most surprising skill that you have that people might not know about you?
Yikes. I know how to do a lot. Like I feel like well, I'm an Aries, so I feel like I know how to do or know a little bit about and can do a little bit of everything. I know how to grill. I know how to bake pretty well. My mom owns a desserts business called Decadent Flavor. It's been in business for 11 years. So we did cakes and cupcakes at first. So I'm like I said, really good at baking. Know how to make chocolate covered strawberries. I know how to fish. Somebody taught me that. Um, like I said, I'm good at like graphic design and video production. I used to be an event coordinator at Indiana University, oversee 22 departments. So like I'm very detail oriented. Like I said, I can make a vision come to life. Creative director. Like I said, what can't I do? It's a lot of stuff that I kind of dibble and dabble in and maybe people don't know about. But yeah.
I love that. You dabble in everything. I love that. What trending song do you have right now? A trending song or a trending audio? Anything?
I cannot think of the name of the song, but it's off of Kalani's new album. That song with her and Usher. That's a good song. I can't think of the title, but it is a good song though.
Is there anything that you always have in your purse? Me, I always have lip gloss.
Yeah, I always got some lip gloss in my purse. Try to keep some hand sanitizer. Sometimes I'll have my rosin in there, not intentionally. Rosin, so your cello, you have that stick thing, it's called a bow. So the rosin you put on the bow to help it stick to the string. And so sometimes I'll be like rushing, leaving from an event, and I'll just kind of throw it in my purse. So like I definitely don't need that in my purse, but sometimes it's there. What else? I change out my purse so much. So and I would say like, my credit cards and debit cards, stuff like that, my passport.
Yeah. And that's all the questions that I have for you today. Before we wrap up, is there anything exciting that you'd like to share with the audience?
Yes, so like I said, I am going to be releasing some new music. I cannot say the date at this point in time, but please stay tuned. It will be in the next 2 months. Also join my email list. I will post it on my story after this because I'm going to try to be more active and keep you all up to date. My next event, I love you too, girl. Thank you for joining. My next event is going to be at the Oak Street Beach at 6:30. It's going to be Sunset Yoga with Higher Vibrational Living is the organizer. It's free. You just get RSVP. I could also put the RSVP link on my story, but please come out, get some exercise. It'll be really beautiful. A lot of people. I'm gonna be playing. And then there's going to be a meet and greet after. I'm going to be giving away some merch and a copy of my CDs that I made. So if you want to hear this song, definitely come get you a CD. And yeah, that's all I have for now. Please follow me. July 8th, 7:30, Oak Street Beach.
Good to
I mean
know.
6:30. I'm so sorry. 6:30. 6:30. 6:30.
July 8th, 6:30, Street Beach. We
Yep.
will be keeping an eye out for that and definitely telling our viewers too. But it has been an absolute pleasure chatting with you today. Don't forget to follow her at Muda XO.
Yeah, thank y'all. Love y'all.